Title: The Business That Built Empires. Inside the transatlantic slave trade, ear cold open, visual, ocean, ship silhouette. Between 1500 and 1866, more than 12 million people were forced onto ships bound for a life they never chose. This is the story of how it happened, why it lasted so long, and what it left behind. Section 1. Origins, 030. Forced labor existed in human societies for millennia before this. But what happened starting in the 1500s was different. In scale, in machinery, in how thoroughly it was woven into a new global economy. European powers, Portugal first, then Spain, the Netherlands, England, and France, had just begun colonizing the Americas. They needed labor for sugar, tobacco, and later cotton plantations. Indigenous populations were being decimated by disease and violence. So European traders turned to West and Central Africa, working through existing regional trade networks and coastal kingdoms to purchase captives, many taken in wars or raids conducted specifically to supply this new demand. Section 2. The Middle Passage, 2 o'clock. The journey across the Atlantic is now known as the Middle Passage, the middle leg of a three-part trade route. Manufactured goods from Europe to Africa, enslaved people from Africa to the Americas, and raw materials back to Europe. Conditions on these ships were engineered around profit, not survival. People were chained below deck in spaces sometimes less than 2 feet high. Roughly 1.8 million people died during the crossing itself, from disease, starvation, and violence. Section 3. Life in Bondage, 330. Those who survived arrived to a system designed to strip away identity, family, and autonomy, enforced through law, not just custom. Colonial and later American legal codes defined enslaved people as property, made the status hereditary through the mother's line, and criminalized resistance, literacy, and escape. Yet resistance was constant, from work slowdowns and escape networks like the Underground Railroad, to open rebellions such as the 1791 uprising in Saint-Domingue that became the Haitian Revolution, the only slave revolt in history to result in the founding of a nation. Section 4. The Economics, 5 o'clock. This wasn't a side industry, it was foundational. Historians estimate the slave trade and slave-produced goods financed early industrial growth in Britain, France, and the United States. Port cities like Liverpool, Nantes, and Newport built their wealth on it. Cotton picked by enslaved workers in the American South supplied textile mills that powered the early Industrial Revolution. Section 5.